Welcome to Audiobook segment. Every story you'll hear is crafted from the ground up, written, produced, and narrated entirely by us. Nothing recycled, nothing repurposed, just original work made for this channel. So grab your headphones, settle in, and enjoy today's audiobook. Have you ever felt like no matter what you do, your confidence just isn't enough? Maybe you freeze when you speak, doubt yourself when taking action, or feel invisible in important moments. What if I told you that confidence isn't something you're born with, it's something you can build, step by step, starting today? Welcome to How to Become Dangerously Confident. I'm thrilled to guide you through this journey, where you'll learn the secrets to owning your mind, speaking with power, and acting without fear. Every chapter in this audiobook is designed to help you grow, change, and take control of your life. Before we dive in, make sure to subscribe to this channel so you never miss a chapter. Let's get started, and let's begin your journey toward unstoppable confidence. Chapter 1: The Foundation of True Confidence. Have you ever wondered why some people walk into a room and instantly command attention, while others feel invisible? It's not luck. And it's not something you are born with. True confidence comes from understanding yourself, trusting your abilities, and taking small steps every day that push you beyond your fears. Confidence is like a muscle. The more you practice, the stronger it becomes. And just like a muscle, if you never train it, it remains weak. That's why building confidence is not about pretending to be brave or trying to impress others. It's about creating a solid foundation that supports you in every part of your life. The first step to building this foundation is self-awareness. You need to know your strengths, your weaknesses, and the moments that make you feel insecure. Take time to reflect on your day, your actions, and your thoughts. Ask yourself honest questions. What scares me? What am I good at? Where do I want to improve? Writing these answers down can help you see patterns and uncover hidden doubts. Awareness gives you control. Without it, you might feel like life is happening to you instead of for you. Next, you must understand the power of small wins. Confidence doesn't appear overnight. It grows from tiny achievements that prove to yourself that you are capable. Maybe it's speaking up once in class, finishing a project you procrastinated on, or learning a new skill. Another critical part of the foundation is mindset. Many people believe confidence comes from being fearless. The truth is, fearless people are not without fear. They feel it, acknowledge it, and act anyway. Developing a growth mindset helps you see challenges not as threats, but as opportunities to learn. When you fail, you don't quit. Instead, you analyze what went wrong, adjust, and try again. This mindset transforms fear into power. Body language also plays a subtle but powerful role. How you hold yourself, your posture, and the way you walk can affect how others perceive you, and more importantly, how you feel about yourself. Standing tall, keeping your shoulders back, and maintaining eye contact may feel strange at first, but these small adjustments can make you feel more confident internally. The body and mind are connected. When you act confidently, your brain believes it. Next, let's talk about self-talk. The stories you tell yourself shape your reality. If you constantly think, "I can't do this" or "I'm not good enough," you reinforce doubt and fear. Replacing negative self-talk with encouraging, empowering statements rewires your brain. Say things like, "I am capable," "I can handle challenges," "I learn from mistakes." Practice this daily, and soon it becomes automatic. Another pillar is preparation. Confidence often comes from knowing you are ready. When you prepare for situations, whether it's a presentation, a meeting, or a conversation, you reduce uncertainty. Preparation gives you clarity and calm. It tells your brain, "I know what I'm doing," and it reduces the chance of panic or hesitation. Remember, building confidence is a journey, not a destination. Every day presents an opportunity to strengthen it. Celebrate your small wins, learn from your setbacks, and continue stepping out of your comfort zone. The people who seem naturally confident have one thing in common: they consistently practice the habits that build it. As you begin to apply these principles, keep in mind that confidence is not about being perfect. It's about showing up, learning, and growing. True confidence allows you to make mistakes, take risks, and face challenges without being paralyzed by fear. It's a quiet inner strength that shows up in the way you handle life, not just in the moments you shine. So today, start with one small action. Speak up once, try something new, or acknowledge a strength you have. Each action, no matter how small, builds your foundation. This is how dangerous confidence begins, one brick at a time, steady, intentional, and unstoppable. In the next chapter, we will explore breaking the fear barrier, how to identify the fears holding you back, and take the first steps to overcome them. Stay with this journey, and remember, every confident person started exactly where you are now. Chapter 2: Breaking the Fear Barrier. Fear is one of the most powerful forces in the world. It can stop you from speaking your mind, trying new things, or going after what you truly want. But here's the truth: fear is not something you have to run from. It is a signal, a guide that shows you where growth is waiting. Understanding and breaking the fear barrier is one of the most important steps toward becoming dangerously confident. The first thing you need to know is that everyone experiences fear. Even the people who appear unstoppable feel it. The difference between someone who moves forward and someone who stays stuck is how they respond to fear. Do you let it control you, or do you acknowledge it and act anyway? One powerful technique to break fear is naming it. When you identify exactly what you are afraid of, it loses some of its power. For example, instead of saying, "I'm scared," you can be specific. "I'm scared of speaking in front of a group," or "I'm afraid of failing this project." Naming your fear makes it real, and once it is real, you can plan how to face it. Next, understand the difference between rational and irrational fear. Rational fear keeps you safe. It tells you not to touch a hot stove or to watch for a moving car. Irrational fear, however, prevents you from taking steps that can help you grow. By recognizing which fears are irrational, you can challenge them instead of avoiding them. Ask yourself, will this really harm me, or is my mind imagining the worst? This questioning creates space for courage. Another way to break the fear barrier is through gradual exposure. You don't have to face your biggest fear all at once. Start small. If speaking in public scares you, start by speaking up in a small group, then gradually move to larger audiences. Each small step proves to yourself that fear is not stronger than you. Every successful attempt reinforces your belief in your abilities. Visualization is also a key tool. Take a few minutes each day to imagine yourself facing a fear and handling it successfully. Picture the situation, your actions, and the positive outcome. Visualization trains your brain to see success, which reduces anxiety and increases confidence when you actually take action. Another strategy is reframing fear as excitement. The physical sensations of fear, fast heartbeat, sweaty palms, butterflies, are very similar to excitement. When you reinterpret these feelings as energy to fuel your performance, fear becomes a powerful motivator instead of a barrier. The next time you feel fear rising, remind yourself, this is energy I can use to do great things. Preparation is another shield against fear. Fear often grows when you feel unprepared or uncertain. When you prepare, you gain clarity and reduce the unknowns. Whether it's practicing a speech, researching a topic, or rehearsing a scenario, preparation gives you control and reduces the power of fear. Sometimes, fear comes from a story you tell yourself. Limiting beliefs like "I'm not good enough" or "I always fail" fuel anxiety. To overcome this, challenge your inner narrative. Replace negative thoughts with empowering ones. Instead of thinking, "I can't do this," say, "I am learning. I am capable. I will try." Over time, Your inner dialogue becomes a source of courage rather than doubt. Building a support system is also important. Surround yourself with people who encourage and challenge you. Share your fears with mentors, friends, or coaches who have experience overcoming similar obstacles. Talking about fear reduces its intensity and gives you practical strategies to face it. It's also essential to understand that failure is not the enemy. Fear often arises from the possibility of failure, but failure is part of growth. Every failure teaches you lessons, strengthens your resilience, and builds confidence. When you shift your perspective, failure becomes feedback, not a reason to quit. Another powerful method is taking immediate action. The longer you wait to face your fear, the stronger it becomes. Procrastination fuels anxiety and doubt. Decide on one action you can take today, no matter how small, that moves you closer to conquering your fear. Then do it. Action is the antidote to fear. Finally, remember that courage is a habit, not a trait. Every time you face fear, you build courage. Every time you avoid it, you weaken your confidence. True, dangerous confidence is born from consistent action in the presence of fear. It is not the absence of fear, but the decision to move forward despite it. Breaking the fear barrier is not easy. It takes awareness, practice, and patience. But every step you take reinforces the belief that you are capable, strong, and unstoppable. By naming your fears, challenging your thoughts, taking small actions, and embracing failure as feedback, you are building a foundation that will carry you through every challenge in life. Start today. Take one fear, big or small, and face it. Notice how you feel afterward. Each experience strengthens your confidence and chips away at the barriers holding you back. Fear will never disappear completely, but it will become manageable, a signal for growth rather than a wall that blocks your potential. In the next chapter, we will explore the confidence-competence loop, how developing skills and taking action continuously builds unstoppable confidence. Stay committed and remember, every confident person once stood where you are now. Chapter 3. The confidence-competence loop. Confidence is not something that magically appears. It grows from what you do, how you practice, and the skills you build over time. One of the most powerful principles in self-development is what I call the confidence-competence loop. This loop explains why skill and confidence are connected and how one feeds the other to create unstoppable personal power.
Let's start with the basics.
Competence is your ability to perform a task or handle a situation successfully. The more competent you become in a particular area, the more confident you feel. On the other hand, confidence fuels action. When you feel confident, you are more likely to take action, try new things, and stretch your abilities. This is the loop. Competence builds confidence, and confidence motivates competence. Think about learning a new skill. At first it feels awkward. You make mistakes, you hesitate, you might even feel fear or doubt. But the more you practice, the more capable you become. Each small improvement strengthens your belief that you can do it. Confidence grows not from thinking you are naturally talented, but from consistent practice and progress. One of the first steps to activate this loop is focused practice. Focus on one skill or habit at a time. Don't try to master everything at once. Break it down into small, manageable steps. For example, if public speaking is your goal, start by speaking in front of a mirror, then to a small group of friends, and gradually expand. Each step adds to your competence, which then increases your confidence to take the next step. Another important aspect is acknowledging progress. People often focus only on where they fall short and ignore how far they've come. Every improvement, every small win, every time you try and succeed builds your inner belief. Make it a habit to recognize these wins. Write them down if necessary. Seeing your growth over time reinforces the loop and reminds you that competence is a journey, not a destination. Failure is also a crucial part of the confidence-competence loop. When you try and fail, it can sting. But failure is feedback. Each mistake teaches you what doesn't work and helps you adjust. Competence grows from this trial and error. Over time, repeated attempts turn into skill, and skill fuels confidence. The loop becomes stronger every time you face challenges instead of avoiding them. Another key principle is action before feeling confident. Often we think, I need to feel confident before I act. But the loop works the other way around. Action builds competence, and competence builds confidence. Taking action, even when you don't feel ready, is essential. Start small if you have to. Each step you take teaches your brain that you can handle it. Confidence will follow. Mentorship and guidance also accelerate this loop. Learning from someone who has already mastered a skill can fast-track your competence. They can show you shortcuts, correct mistakes, and provide feedback that you might not see on your own. Being guided reduces wasted effort and helps you gain confidence faster. Consistency is key. The loop only works when you practice regularly. A single success is a start, but repeated action compounds. Daily effort, small improvements, and deliberate practice lead to mastery over time. The more consistently you work on developing your skills, the stronger your confidence becomes. It's also important to remember that competence alone is not enough. Some people are skilled but still lack confidence because they don't recognize their own progress. Always pair skill development with reflection on your achievements. Celebrate the growth, recognize your strengths. Confidence thrives in an environment where competence is acknowledged. Visualization can enhance the loop as well. Imagine yourself performing a skill successfully before you actually do it. This primes your brain, reduces anxiety, and increases your belief in your ability. Combined with practice, visualization strengthens both competence and confidence simultaneously. Another element is pushing beyond comfort zones. Growth happens where you feel slightly uncomfortable. When you challenge yourself, even in small ways, you expand your competence. Each time you succeed outside your comfort zone, your confidence grows disproportionately. The loop accelerates when you intentionally step into challenges. The confidence-competence loop is not limited to one area of life. It applies to relationships, communication, leadership, health, and any skill you want to develop. When you see progress, you feel confident. When you feel confident, you take action. This cycle compounds, creating exponential growth over time. Finally, remember that patience is part of the loop. Skill development doesn't happen overnight. Confidence built on true competence lasts, while confidence built on illusions or luck is fragile. Focus on practice, learning, and growth. Trust the process. Over time, the loop will work in your favor, and your confidence will become unstoppable. Start today by picking one skill you want to improve. Take one deliberate action, however small, and notice how it makes you feel. Repeat it tomorrow. Keep going. The confidence-competence loop will transform small, consistent efforts into a powerful foundation of dangerous confidence. In the next chapter, we will discuss reprogramming self-doubt, the mental habits and thought patterns that keep you from believing in yourself, and how to change them. Remember, every confident person once started as a beginner, and every skill you build fuels your unstoppable self-belief. Chapter 4. Reprogramming self-doubt. Self-doubt is one of the biggest barriers to confidence. It's that voice in your head that whispers, "You can't do this," or "You're not good enough." Everyone experiences it, even the most successful people. The difference is not that some people never doubt themselves, but that confident people know how to handle self-doubt. They don't let it control their actions. Instead, they reprogram it into belief, motivation, and action. The first step in reprogramming self-doubt is awareness. You need to recognize when the voice of doubt appears. Pay attention to your thoughts, especially in situations where you feel anxious or hesitant. Notice the words you tell yourself. Writing them down helps. Seeing the negative thoughts on paper makes them easier to challenge. Awareness is the first step to taking back control. Once you identify self-doubt, it's time to question it. Ask yourself, is this thought really true? Do I have evidence to support it? Or am I assuming the worst? Often, self-doubt is exaggerated or based on past experiences that no longer define you. Challenging your doubts weakens their power. For example, if you think, "I always fail," counter it with past successes. "I have succeeded before and I can do it again." Next, replace negative self-talk with empowering statements. Your inner dialogue shapes your reality. When you constantly think you are not capable, your brain begins to believe it. Instead, say things like, "I am learning," "I am capable," "I can handle this." Repeating these statements daily rewires your mind. Over time, they become automatic, creating a mindset that supports confidence instead of undermining it. Visualization is another powerful tool. Imagine yourself performing a task successfully, handling challenges, and achieving your goals. Picture it in detail, what you see, hear, and feel. Your brain cannot easily tell the difference between a vivid mental image and reality. Visualization helps your mind accept success as possible, reducing doubt and building confidence. Setting small, achievable goals is essential in combating self-doubt. When you accomplish even minor tasks, your brain receives proof that you are capable. Start with small steps that push you slightly outside your comfort zone. Each success chips away at self-doubt and strengthens your belief in your abilities. Another effective strategy is reframing failure. People often fear mistakes because they associate them with being incapable, but mistakes are opportunities to learn, not proof of inadequacy. When you fail, ask, "What can I learn from this? How can I improve next time?" Shifting your mindset from fear to curiosity transforms self-doubt into growth. Building a supportive environment is also critical. Surround yourself with people who encourage and believe in you. Avoid constant negative influences that amplify your doubts. Mentors, friends, or coaches can provide perspective and guidance. Sometimes hearing a trusted voice remind you of your strengths is enough to silence the doubts. Developing evidence-based confidence strengthens your mental reprogramming. Keep a journal of your achievements, compliments, and moments when you succeeded despite fear. On difficult days, review these notes. Seeing concrete evidence of your capability reminds your brain that self-doubt is not reality. Mindfulness and meditation can also help. Often, self-doubt comes from overthinking the past or worrying about the future. Mindfulness trains your brain to focus on the present moment. When you notice a doubting thought, observe it without judgment, then redirect your attention to the task at hand. This reduces anxiety and gives you control over your thoughts. Affirmations combined with action create the strongest effect. It's not enough to say, "I am confident." You must act in ways that reinforce that belief. Take on challenges, practice skills, and push yourself beyond comfort zones. Every action becomes proof that your confidence is real and your self-doubt loses power. Another important principle is gratitude for your strengths. People often focus on what they lack and ignore what they already have. List your talents, skills, and past achievements. Recognizing your existing abilities builds a foundation for confidence. Self-doubt cannot thrive when you are focused on what you have accomplished and what you are capable of. Finally, patience is key. Reprogramming self-doubt is not an overnight process. The brain is used to certain thought patterns, and change takes time. But with consistent practice, awareness, questioning, affirmations, visualization, action, and reflection, you can transform doubt into belief. You can create a mind that naturally leans toward confidence instead of fear. Start today by noticing one negative thought and challenging it. Replace it with a positive, empowering statement. Then take one small action that proves your capability. Repeat this process every day. Slowly, your self-doubt will lose its grip and your confidence will grow stronger. In the next chapter, we will explore the power of body language, how the way you carry yourself can silently influence your confidence and the way others perceive you. Remember, Every confident person started by taking small steps to believe in themselves, just like you. Chapter 5: The Power of Body Language. Confidence is not just something you feel in your mind, it shows up in your body. The way you carry yourself, move, and interact with the world sends silent signals to others, and more importantly, to yourself. Body language is a powerful tool. When used intentionally, it can strengthen your confidence, improve your presence, and help you influence situations without saying a word. The first thing to understand is that your body and mind are connected. When you act confident, your brain begins to believe it. Standing tall, keeping your shoulders back, and maintaining a relaxed posture are simple ways to signal strength to yourself. Even if you don't feel confident at first, adopting these postures tells your brain, "I am capable, I am in control." Eye contact is another key element of body language. Looking people in the eye while speaking or listening conveys assurance and attention. Avoiding eye contact may make others perceive you as unsure, but it also reinforces doubt in your own mind. Practice holding eye contact naturally. It doesn't have to be intense, just steady and sincere. Your facial expressions also speak volumes. Smiling, nodding, and showing interest make you approachable and confident. Your face reflects your emotions, and when you consciously control it, you influence how others react to you. A calm, friendly, and attentive expression creates trust, while tension and frowning often communicate insecurity. Gestures are another silent language of confidence. Using open, controlled movements instead of crossing your arms or fidgeting signals assurance. Small gestures emphasize your words and make your message more compelling. Avoid nervous habits like tapping, shifting, or hunching. They convey discomfort. Instead, move with purpose, letting your body align with your intentions. Walking with confidence is often underestimated. The way you walk into a room sets the tone for how others perceive you. Walk slowly, with purpose, and make sure your posture is upright. This sends a signal that you belong and that you are capable. Even if you feel nervous inside, walking with intent creates a feedback loop in your mind that increases your confidence. Voice and tone are also part of body language. The volume, pace, and clarity of your speech affect how people perceive you. Speaking too quietly may signal doubt, while speaking too fast can make you seem anxious. Practice speaking clearly, with moderate pace and appropriate pauses. Your voice becomes an extension of your confident presence. Micro-expressions, like nodding, subtle smiles, or leaning slightly forward, also matter. They show engagement and attentiveness, signaling that you are present and confident in social interactions. Paying attention to these small details can transform how others experience you and, in turn, how you experience yourself. It's important to remember that body language affects internal confidence as much as external perception. When you maintain open posture, walk with purpose, and speak clearly, your brain registers these signals. This creates a positive feedback loop where confident actions reinforce confident feelings. One powerful exercise is power posing. Stand with your feet apart, hands on your hips, and chest slightly lifted for a few minutes before a challenging situation. This posture sends signals to your brain that you are strong and ready. Studies show that such postures can temporarily increase feelings of confidence and reduce stress. Another key principle is alignment of words and actions. Confidence is most compelling when your body matches what you say. If you claim to be confident but slouch, avoid eye contact, or fidget, your brain and others notice the mismatch. Practice syncing your verbal messages with confident body language for maximum impact. Consistency matters. The more you practice confident body language, the more natural it becomes. Over time, these behaviors become automatic. Standing tall, walking with purpose, speaking clearly, and maintaining engaging expressions are no longer conscious efforts, but part of who you are. Remember, body language is not about pretending. It is about acting as if you are confident until you genuinely feel it. By adopting confident behaviors, You train your brain to believe in your own abilities. It's a tool you carry with you everywhere, silently shaping how you feel, how others see you, and how situations unfold. Start today by focusing on one aspect: your posture, eye contact, or gestures. Practice it consciously in small interactions, like talking to a friend or speaking in class. Notice the difference in how people respond and how you feel inside. Slowly, combine multiple elements of confident body language. Over time, it becomes second nature, and your presence transforms. In the next chapter, we will discuss emotional control, mental power, how mastering your emotions gives you complete control over your actions and enhances your confidence in any situation. Remember, confidence is not just in your mind, it is in your body, your movements, and the way you carry yourself in the world. Chapter 6. Emotional control, mental power. Your emotions are powerful. They shape the way you think, act, and respond to the world. When you are in control of your emotions, you gain control over your life. Emotional control is not about suppressing feelings or pretending to be calm all the time. It's about understanding your emotions, recognizing their influence, and using them to your advantage. Mastering this skill is one of the most important steps toward becoming dangerously confident. The first step in gaining emotional control is awareness. Notice how you feel in different situations, what triggers anger, fear, or frustration. What situations make you anxious or insecure? By identifying these triggers, you take the first step toward managing your reactions. Awareness allows you to pause before acting, instead of reacting impulsively. Once you recognize your emotions, practice labeling them. Instead of saying, "I feel bad," be specific. "I feel nervous about this meeting," or "I am frustrated because I didn't finish my task." Labeling emotions reduces their intensity and gives you clarity. When your brain can identify a feeling, it becomes easier to respond rationally instead of being controlled by it. Breathing and grounding techniques are simple but powerful tools. When you feel overwhelmed, take slow, deep breaths. Focus on your breath or the sensations in your body. This shifts your attention away from the emotional surge and gives your mind space to think clearly. Even a few seconds of deep breathing can prevent emotional reactions that harm confidence. Another important strategy is reframing situations. Often, emotions become intense because of the story we tell ourselves. If you make a mistake, your first thought might be, "I always mess up." Reframe it as a learning opportunity. "I made a mistake, and I can correct it next time." Reframing shifts your emotional response from fear or shame to curiosity and growth. Delay your reaction when strong emotions arise. This is especially important in conflicts or high-pressure situations. Instead of responding immediately, pause, take a breath, and choose your words carefully. Controlled responses demonstrate mental strength and prevent regrets. Emotional control does not mean ignoring your feelings. It means responding intentionally rather than reacting impulsively. Self-talk plays a huge role in emotional management. The thoughts you feed yourself influence how you feel. Replace negative, anxious thoughts with constructive ones. For instance, instead of thinking, "I can't handle this," say, "I have faced challenges before, and I can manage this too." Positive self-talk strengthens your mental resilience and reduces fear-driven reactions. Another technique is visualization under stress. Before entering a challenging situation, imagine yourself staying calm, composed, and confident. Picture yourself handling obstacles effectively and maintaining control over your emotions. Visualization prepares your mind for real-life situations, reducing anxiety and increasing confidence. It's also important to understand that emotions are not facts. Just because you feel nervous, angry, or insecure doesn't mean the situation is uncontrollable or that you are incapable. Emotions are signals, not verdicts. Learning to separate feelings from facts allows you to act rationally and make better decisions. Routine and self-care influence emotional control too. Lack of sleep, poor nutrition, or constant stress makes emotions harder to manage. By taking care of your body and mind, you strengthen your capacity to handle challenges calmly. Exercise, healthy eating, rest, and mindfulness practices support both emotional stability and confidence. Practice responding, not reacting. Start with small situations, a frustrating comment, a minor mistake, or a stressful task. Pause, breathe, and choose a measured response. Each time you practice this, your mental control strengthens and your confidence grows. Over time, handling bigger challenges becomes easier because you have trained your mind and body to remain steady. Gratitude and perspective also help in emotional control. When you focus on what is working well in your life, even small victories, negative emotions lose intensity. Perspective allows you to see challenges as temporary, manageable, and part of growth. This shift reduces fear, frustration, and self-doubt. Finally, understand that emotional control is a skill, not a trait. It is developed through consistent practice, reflection, and intention. Every time you choose calm over panic, patience over anger, or optimism over fear, you strengthen your mental power. Emotional control gives you freedom to act, make decisions, and pursue goals without being enslaved by fleeting feelings. Start today by observing your emotions in one situation. Label them, breathe, and respond intentionally. Reflect on how it changes your confidence and mindset. The more you practice, the stronger your mental control becomes, and the more your confidence grows. Emotional mastery is a cornerstone of dangerous confidence. It allows you to act decisively, think clearly, and face any challenge with strength. In the next chapter, we will discuss building daily confidence habits, simple but powerful routines that consistently reinforce your self-belief and ensure your confidence grows every day. Remember, mastering emotions is not about perfection. It's about progress, awareness, and deliberate action. Chapter 7. Building Daily Confidence Habits. Confidence is not something that happens overnight. It is built one day at a time through habits, routines, and consistent actions. Small, daily practices compound over time to create unstoppable self-belief. Just like exercising a muscle, the more you work on your confidence, the stronger it becomes. The first step is to start your day with intention. How you begin your morning sets the tone for the rest of the day. Take a few minutes to focus on your goals, affirm your abilities, and visualize success. This simple ritual signals to your brain that you are ready to handle challenges and make the most of every opportunity. Next, set achievable daily goals. Confidence grows when you take consistent action and see results. Break larger goals into smaller, manageable steps. Each task you complete reinforces your sense of capability. Celebrate these small wins. They may seem minor at first, but they act like building blocks for long-term confidence. Another powerful habit is journaling. Writing down your thoughts, achievements, and lessons learned provides clarity and reflection. Each evening, review what went well and what you improved. Journaling helps you recognize patterns, track progress, and reinforce the idea that you are growing every day. Positive self-talk should be part of your daily routine. The words you speak to yourself influence your mindset. Replace doubts and negative thoughts with statements of belief and possibility. Instead of thinking, "I can't do this," say, "I am capable, I am learning, I can handle this challenge." Repeating this daily rewires your brain toward confidence. Consistency in physical habits also matters. Exercise, posture, and body language are intertwined with mental confidence. Regular movement, standing tall, and maintaining an active lifestyle not only improve health, but also reinforce a sense of strength and capability. Physical habits feed mental habits, and mental habits feed confidence. Preparation and planning are daily habits that directly boost confidence. When you organize your tasks, anticipate challenges, and prepare for situations, you reduce uncertainty. Preparation tells your mind, "I am ready for this." Confidence thrives on readiness. Another habit is facing small fears every day. Identify one action that stretches your comfort zone and take it. Speak up in a conversation, try a new task, or approach a challenge you've been avoiding. Each small act of courage sends a signal to your brain that fear cannot control you. Over time, these daily exercises build resilience and reinforce the confidence loop. Mindfulness and reflection are also crucial. Spend a few minutes each day observing your thoughts and feelings without judgment. Notice moments of doubt, anxiety, or stress, and consciously choose how to respond. Mindfulness helps you stay present, prevents overthinking, and strengthens your emotional control, which is a key component of confidence. Learning something new every day reinforces competence, which feeds confidence. Even small knowledge gains or skill improvements count. Read, listen, or practice something daily that expands your abilities. The more capable you feel, the more confident you become. Growth habits and daily learning create a cumulative effect over time. Gratitude practice is another habit that subtly boosts confidence. When you focus on what is going well in your life, you reinforce a positive mindset. Gratitude reduces negative self-talk and creates a sense of abundance. It reminds you that you have already achieved things and have the resources to succeed further. Review and adjust daily. Confidence habits require reflection. At the end of each day, ask yourself, what did I do well? What could I do better tomorrow? Adjust your actions and continue the process. Small, consistent improvements reinforce confidence habits over time. Finally, accountability strengthens habits. Share your goals with a friend, mentor, or coach. When someone else knows your intentions, you are more likely to follow through. Accountability increases commitment and provides support, encouragement, and perspective. Remember, confidence is not about perfection. It's about consistency, awareness, and action. Daily habits are the foundation upon which long-term, unstoppable confidence is built. Each day you practice these routines, you invest in yourself, your abilities, and your belief in what you can achieve. Start today. Choose one small habit from this chapter, whether it's a morning intention, journaling, facing a fear, or practicing positive self-talk. Commit to it, repeat it daily, and watch as your confidence grows steadily. Habits are the bridge between potential and achievement. By building daily confidence habits, you are laying the groundwork for becoming dangerously confident. In the next chapter, we will explore mastering social confidence, how to communicate, connect, and influence others effortlessly, while staying true to yourself. Remember, the foundation of confidence is built in your daily choices, repeated consistently, and strengthened by action. Chapter 8. Mastering social confidence. Social confidence is the ability to feel calm, authentic, and powerful when you interact with others. It's what allows you to speak up, share your ideas, and connect with people without fear of judgment. Many people think social confidence means being the loudest in the room, or always knowing what to say, but real social confidence is much simpler. It's about being comfortable with who you are, no matter who you're with. The first step to mastering social confidence is understanding that everyone feels nervous sometimes. Even the most outgoing people experience anxiety before speaking or meeting new people. The difference is, they act anyway. Confidence doesn't mean the absence of fear, it means you move forward despite it. When you accept that nervousness is normal, it loses its power over you. Next, remember that people are not focused on you as much as you think. Most of the time, they are thinking about themselves, how they look, what they'll say next, or how others perceive them. When you realize this, social pressure begins to fade. You don't need to be perfect, you just need to be present. Body language plays a huge role in social confidence. Stand tall, make eye contact, and smile. These small physical signals show others that you are open, friendly, and secure. Your posture and tone of voice often speak louder than your words. Even if you feel nervous inside, acting confident on the outside helps your brain believe that you are. One of the biggest confidence killers in social situations is overthinking. You might replay conversations in your mind or worry about what others think of you. The best way to stop overthinking is to shift your focus outward. Pay attention to the person you're talking to. Listen deeply, ask questions, show genuine interest. When you focus on connection instead of performance, your anxiety fades naturally. Active listening is a powerful skill. Most people listen just to reply, not to understand. But when you truly listen, people feel valued, and that makes them like and respect you. Confidence grows when you realize you don't have to dominate conversations, you just have to connect. Another important part of social confidence is authenticity. Don't try to be someone you're not to impress others. Pretending drains energy and increases anxiety. True confidence comes from showing up as your real self, your voice, your humor, your opinions. The right people will appreciate your honesty, and those who don't aren't meant to be your audience. Social skills improve with practice, not theory. You can read every book about communication, but unless you go out and talk to people, you won't build real confidence. Start small. Say hello to someone new, compliment a stranger, or ask a question in a group. Each small step trains your mind to see social interaction as normal, not scary. It's also helpful to learn how to handle rejection. Everyone faces moments when they're ignored, misunderstood, or judged. Don't take it personally. Rejection is not proof that you are unworthy. It's just a sign that not everyone will connect with you, and that's okay. Each rejection is a lesson, not a failure. Preparation builds comfort. If you know you'll be in a social setting, a meeting, a class, or a party, think ahead. Plan a few topics you could talk about, like current events, common interests, or compliments. Preparation removes uncertainty and helps you feel more relaxed. Another great strategy is mirroring. Subtly matching the body language, tone, or pace of the person you're speaking with. It creates instant rapport because people naturally feel comfortable around those who reflect their energy. Just be subtle and natural. Forced mirroring can feel awkward. Remember, confidence grows from contribution. Instead of worrying about how you're being perceived, focus on what value you can bring to others. Encouragement, humor, attention, or insight. When your focus shifts from "how do I look" to "how can I help," fear disappears. Confidence is rooted in purpose, not perfection. Self-acceptance is the foundation of social confidence. You don't need to have perfect communication skills or flawless timing to be respected. What matters is your energy, authenticity, and kindness. When you accept your flaws and embrace your uniqueness, others feel comfortable around you because they sense your self-acceptance. Another simple daily exercise is exposure therapy, facing small social fears on purpose. For example, make small talk with a cashier, join a group conversation, or ask a question in class. Each time you step into discomfort, your fear shrinks. Confidence is built through repetition, not avoidance. Visualization also helps. Before entering a social situation, imagine yourself relaxed, smiling, and speaking with ease. Picture others responding positively. Your brain begins to expect success, reducing anxiety in real-life situations. Lastly, remember that social confidence is a journey. You will have awkward moments, silent pauses, or times you say the wrong thing, and that's okay. These moments are part of learning. Every conversation is practice. Every interaction makes you better. Start today with one small action. Greet someone confidently, hold eye contact for a few seconds longer, or share your opinion in a group. These simple acts, repeated daily, build unstoppable social confidence. In the next chapter, we'll explore the power of discipline and persistence, how staying consistent and pushing through challenges separates truly confident people from the rest. Remember, social confidence is not about impressing others, it's about expressing yourself freely and authentically. Chapter 9, The Power of Discipline and Persistence. Confidence is not built in a single day. It grows slowly, through discipline, consistency, and persistence. Many people start strong but give up too soon. They think confidence comes from motivation, but in truth, it comes from discipline, doing what needs to be done, even when you don't feel like it. Discipline is the quiet force behind every successful person. It's the ability to keep showing up, to stick to your commitments, and to take action even when it's uncomfortable. Motivation is temporary. It fades when things get hard, but discipline keeps you moving when motivation disappears. The first step in building discipline is deciding who you want to become. Confidence isn't just about feeling good, it's about becoming the kind of person who keeps promises to themselves. Every time you follow through on your word, no matter how small, your self-trust grows, and self-trust is the root of confidence. Start small. Discipline doesn't mean working non-stop or being perfect. It means doing small actions consistently. Wake up when you said you would. Finish what you start. Practice your skills even when no one is watching. Each small action is a message to your mind. I can rely on myself. Persistence is discipline in motion. It's the courage to continue when results are slow or failure strikes. Many people quit just before success arrives, but the confident person keeps going, trusting that every step matters. Persistence is not about never falling, it's about never staying down. When you face challenges, remind yourself that struggle is part of growth. Every obstacle tests your discipline. When you push through, you strengthen your confidence. Failure doesn't destroy confidence, giving up does. Each time you rise again, you prove to yourself that you are capable of handling whatever life throws your way. Developing discipline requires structure. Create a daily routine that supports your goals. Set times for learning, working, resting, and reflecting. Consistency creates momentum. When your habits become automatic, you don't have to depend on willpower alone. It's also important to understand the difference between pleasure and progress. Pleasure gives you short-term comfort, but progress gives you long-term fulfillment. Discipline helps you choose progress over pleasure. When you skip distractions and focus on what truly matters, you build confidence rooted in achievement, not emotion. Self-control is another pillar of discipline. It's easy to get distracted, procrastinate, or give in to fear. But every time you resist the easy way out, you strengthen your mental power. The more you practice self-control, the easier it becomes. Your brain learns that you are in charge, not your impulses. A big part of discipline is learning to work without constant rewards. Sometimes you'll put in effort and see no immediate results. That's normal. Growth often happens silently, beneath the surface. Stay consistent. The reward will come. Not just in success, but in who you become through the process. Persistence also means learning from setbacks. When something goes wrong, don't see it as proof that you can't succeed. See it as feedback, a lesson showing you how to adjust. Every failure carries information that brings you closer to success if you're willing to keep trying. Patience is your ally. Confidence built on quick wins fades quickly. Confidence built through discipline and persistence lasts a lifetime. Be patient with your progress. Celebrate small victories and trust the process. Real growth takes time. Surround yourself with people who support your discipline, friends who push you forward, mentors who challenge you, and environments that keep you focused will make a huge difference. Confidence thrives when you're in a space that encourages consistency. Also, remember to rest. Discipline doesn't mean working non-stop without breaks. Rest is part of growth. It resets your mind and body, helping you come back stronger. Balance effort with recovery so you can sustain discipline long-term. There will be days when you want to quit. That's when persistence matters most. Remind yourself why you started. Visualize the version of yourself you're becoming. The confident, capable, unstoppable version that doesn't give up. Every time you choose persistence over comfort, you move closer to that version. True confidence doesn't come from easy victories. It comes from surviving difficulty, staying disciplined and persisting until you succeed. Each moment you push through fear, fatigue, or frustration, you are proving your strength to yourself. Start today. Choose one habit to stay consistent with, something small but meaningful. Stick with it for a week, then a month. When it gets tough, remind yourself that this is how confidence is built, through repetition, patience, and persistence. In the next chapter, we'll talk about turning setbacks into strengths, how to use failure, pain, and disappointment as fuel for even greater confidence. Remember, motivation may start the journey, but discipline and persistence finish it. That's the secret behind dangerous confidence. It never quits. Chapter 10, Turning Setbacks into Strengths. Everyone faces setbacks. You lose a job, fail an exam, get rejected, or make a mistake that hurts. In those moments, confidence can feel far away. You start to doubt yourself, to question your worth, and to wonder if you'll ever get it right. But here's the truth. Confidence doesn't grow when everything is easy. It grows when you rise after falling. A setback is not a sign that you're weak. It's proof that you tried. People who never fail are people who never take risks. Every mistake, every fall is a message. You're moving forward. The key is how you respond to it. When something goes wrong, your first reaction might be frustration or anger. That's natural. But after the emotions fade, ask yourself one question. What can I learn from this? This simple shift changes everything. Instead of being stuck in guilt or fear, you start using your experience to grow stronger. Think about every confident person you admire. None of them reached success without pain. They faced rejection, loss, and self-doubt, but they didn't let those moments define them. They used setbacks as training. Every failure became a lesson. Every challenge became preparation. When you start to see failure as feedback, not final judgment, your confidence transforms. You stop fearing mistakes and start using them as tools. The person who learns from every failure will always outrun the person who never fails. Let's say you set a goal and you fall short. Maybe you tried to build a habit, start a business, or improve a skill, and it didn't work. Most people stop there, but confident people ask what went wrong. What can I do better next time? They study their mistakes instead of hiding from them. That's how progress happens. Confidence doesn't mean you never fall. It means you trust yourself to rise every time you do. It's not about being perfect. It's about being unstoppable. Another way to turn setbacks into strengths is through reframing. Reframing means changing the way you see something. Instead of thinking, I failed, you tell yourself, I learned something valuable. Instead of saying, this didn't work, say, now I know one more way that doesn't work. This mindset keeps you in control. Pain has power. It can either break you or build you, depending on how you use it. When you feel hurt or embarrassed, don't run from it. Sit with it, understand it, and then turn it into energy. Use that energy to work harder, to focus better, to become sharper. Sometimes the greatest strength you gain from a setback isn't skill, it's resilience. You learn that you can handle more than you thought. You realize that failure didn't destroy you, and that realization gives you deep, unshakable confidence. Every comeback starts with self-forgiveness. You can't move forward while blaming yourself. Forgive the old version of you who didn't know better. You're wiser now. You've learned. Confidence grows when you stop punishing yourself for being human. Persistence is what turns pain into progress. When you keep going despite disappointment, you build mental toughness, and that toughness becomes your armor. The next time you face a challenge, you'll remember you've been here before and you've survived worse. Use your setbacks as stories. Every scar, every failure is part of your journey. When you tell your story, you remind yourself and others that struggle is not shameful. It's part of becoming strong. Also, surround yourself with people who see your potential, not just your past. Avoid voices that only remind you of your failures. Confidence grows in supportive environments where mistakes are seen as part of learning. And most importantly, never compare your timeline to someone else's. Everyone faces different challenges. What looks like someone's success might be years of unseen setbacks. Stay focused on your own path. Your journey is your own. Each time you bounce back, you create evidence for your mind. I can handle this. That's real confidence, the kind that doesn't vanish when things get hard. You become calm in chaos, steady under pressure, and fearless in failure. Remember, failure is not the opposite of success. It's part of it. Every great success story has a chapter filled with pain, mistakes, and lessons. If you're in that chapter now, don't close the book. Keep writing. So when life knocks you down, take a deep breath, stand up, look forward. Say to yourself, this is not the end. This is where I get stronger. In the next chapter, we'll talk about the energy of confidence, how your body, emotions, and actions can work together to project unstoppable power and attract respect wherever you go. But first, remember this. You don't build confidence by avoiding pain. You build it by turning pain into power. Chapter 11. The energy of confidence. Confidence is not just something you think. It's something people feel when they're around you. It's an energy, a quiet force that fills a room before you even speak. Some people walk in and instantly draw attention. They're not the loudest or the best dressed, but something about them feels powerful. That's the energy of confidence. This energy starts inside your mind but shows through your body. Your posture, your eye contact, your voice, and even the way you breathe all send messages about how you feel about yourself. When your thoughts and body are aligned, you project real confidence, the kind that doesn't need to be explained. The first step to building this energy is awareness. Pay attention to how you carry yourself. Are your shoulders slouched? Is your gaze low? Are you breathing fast or shallow? These small things affect how your brain feels. When you stand tall, look straight, and take deep breaths, your brain gets a signal, I'm in control. Your body and mind constantly communicate. When your posture is weak, your mind starts to believe it's weak. When your body is strong and open, your mind follows. Try this. Stand up right now. Lift your head. Pull your shoulders back, and take a deep breath. Notice how different that feels. That's your confidence energy waking up. Movement also plays a big role. Confident people move with purpose. They don't rush, fidget, or make nervous gestures. They walk with direction, talk with rhythm, and use their hands naturally. This doesn't mean acting fake or robotic. It means being fully present in your body, calm, aware, and grounded. Your voice carries your energy too. Speak clearly and slowly. Don't mumble or rush your words. Silence between sentences shows control. People who believe in what they say don't rush to finish. They give their words space to land. That's power. Confidence energy also depends on how you feel inside. If you're full of doubt, anger, or fear, your body will show it. But if you fill your mind with calm, focus, and self-respect, others will feel it too. You don't have to tell people you're confident. They'll sense it through your tone and presence. Think about times when you felt powerful. Maybe after achieving something or facing a fear. Your chest felt open, your steps were firm, your voice steady. That physical feeling is confidence energy. You can create it on purpose. Before big moments, a meeting, a performance, a conversation, take a minute to breathe deeply. Relax your muscles and visualize yourself succeeding. That energy will radiate from you. Another key to building this energy is self-honesty. Pretending to be confident doesn't last. Real energy comes from truth. Knowing your strengths, accepting your weaknesses, and showing up as yourself. People are drawn to authenticity. They can feel when your energy is real. The confident energy also grows when you're living with alignment. When your actions match your values, If you're doing something you believe in, your body and mind work together. But when you go against your values, your energy feels off. You might smile, but deep down, something feels fake. That's why inner alignment matters more than appearance. Your environment can raise or lower your confidence energy too. Spend time in spaces that make you feel alive, not drained. Be around people who inspire you, not those who pull you down. Energy is contagious. When you're surrounded by positive, confident people, your own energy rises. Another secret: your thoughts have vibration. The more you think negative thoughts, the heavier your energy becomes. But when you think positive, grateful, empowering thoughts, your body relaxes, your face brightens, your voice strengthens. That's not magic. It's biology. Your brain releases chemicals that match your thoughts. Energy is also influenced by self-care. Confidence requires physical strength and mental clarity. Eat well, sleep enough, and move your body. When you feel healthy, you naturally project power. A tired body can't produce confident energy for long. You can even use rituals to boost your confidence energy. For example, play a song that makes you feel unstoppable before you start your day. Look in the mirror and speak powerful words like, "I am strong, I am capable, I am ready." These small habits train your brain to associate movement and words with strength. Also, remember that energy flows where attention goes. If you focus on fear, you attract more of it. If you focus on possibility, you project it. Train your mind to look for opportunities, not problems. That mindset shift alone changes your presence completely. Confidence energy is not about dominance or ego. It's quiet but powerful, like fire under control. It doesn't need to prove anything. It simply is. You can feel it in athletes before they compete, in leaders who speak calmly, and in people who face life with courage. The more you connect with your body, the more stable your confidence energy becomes. Practice standing still and breathing deeply when you feel nervous. Instead of fighting anxiety, channel it into strength. Tell yourself, "This is energy, and I'm in charge of it." Every person has a natural energy field. When you take care of your mind, move your body with intention, and speak with clarity, that field grows stronger. People start noticing your presence without understanding why. You become magnetic, not because you're loud, but because you're calm, focused, and alive. True confidence isn't about trying to look powerful. It's about being connected to your breath, your body, your values, and your goals. When all those parts work together, you don't chase validation anymore, you embody it. In the next and final chapter, we'll bring everything together: mindset, habits, discipline, and energy to build unbreakable, lasting confidence. But for now, remember this: your energy speaks louder than your words. Master your energy, and you'll master your presence. Chapter 12. Unbreakable confidence. Confidence is not something you find. It's something you build, brick by brick, choice by choice, day by day. Every chapter in this journey has been a step towards something bigger, a confidence so strong that it can't be shaken by fear, failure, or doubt. That's what unbreakable confidence is. Unbreakable confidence is quiet. It's not about shouting louder than others or proving your worth. It's about knowing who you are and trusting yourself no matter what happens. It's the calm in your voice when others panic, the strength in your eyes when things fall apart, the belief that you'll figure it out even when you don't have all the answers. It starts with self-awareness. You've learned to understand your thoughts, your emotions, and your patterns. You've seen how fear tries to control you, and you've learned how to face it instead of running away. That awareness is your foundation. When you know your own mind, no one else can control it. The next layer is discipline. You've discovered that motivation fades, but discipline keeps you steady. You've practiced showing up even when you didn't feel ready. You've learned that real strength is built in silence, in those moments when no one is watching, but you still keep your promise to yourself. Then comes persistence. You've fallen, failed, and faced setbacks, but you got back up. That's where confidence grows roots. Every time you rise after falling, your belief in yourself becomes stronger. You start realizing, if I can survive that, I can handle anything. But the heart of unbreakable confidence lies in self-trust. It's the voice that says, I've got me. When you truly trust yourself, you don't need the world to validate you. You stop chasing approval, because you know your worth doesn't depend on others' opinions. Self-trust is freedom. Think of your journey like a mountain climb. At the bottom, you were uncertain, maybe even scared. Every chapter has been a step upward, learning about fear, failure, habits, focus, and energy. And now, as you reach the top, you can look back and see how far you've come. Every struggle was a lesson. Every doubt was training. Every small action built your foundation. Unbreakable confidence doesn't mean you'll never feel fear again. Fear is part of being human. The difference is that now, fear doesn't stop you. You can feel it, face it, and still move forward. That's power, not the absence of fear, but the mastery of it. Another part of unbreakable confidence is acceptance. Accept that you're not perfect, and you never have to be. Confidence isn't built by pretending to be flawless. It's built by embracing your imperfections and still showing up. When you stop fighting yourself, you free your energy to grow. Confidence also means taking responsibility. You don't wait for others to save you or change your life. You take ownership of your choices, your actions, and your mindset. When you take full responsibility, you take full control. That's when confidence becomes unshakable. One of the greatest truths about confidence is that it grows when you help others. When you lift people up, share your story, and give without fear, your own strength multiplies. Confidence is not selfish, it's contagious. The more you give, the more you have. Remember the lessons from earlier chapters. Confidence begins with small actions. It grows through discipline and persistence. It survives through setbacks. It shines through your energy and presence. And finally, it becomes unbreakable when you believe deeply and completely in yourself. Every time you honor your word, face your fears, and take one more step, you're proving something powerful to your mind. I am enough. I am capable. I can handle whatever comes next. That belief will carry you through anything. Rejection, loss, change, even failure. Because unbreakable confidence doesn't depend on what happens outside of you. It's built from the inside out. You've learned to silence the voice of doubt and replace it with a stronger one. A voice that says, I've done hard things before, and I'll do them again. That voice is your shield against fear. Confidence is a lifelong journey. It grows with every challenge you face, every boundary you break, and every truth you live. You don't have to rush it. Just keep moving forward, one small, honest step at a time. If you ever feel lost, come back to this. Stand tall, breathe deeply, speak clearly. Act with purpose. Remember who you are. The person who built confidence from nothing but courage. You are not fragile. You are not broken. You are evolving. Every setback was a lesson. Every fear was a test. Every step was proof that you are capable of greatness. Confidence is not about being fearless. It's about being brave enough to keep going, even when fear whispers in your ear. That bravery is what makes your confidence unbreakable. And now, as you reach the end of this audiobook, remember this final truth. No one can give you confidence. You must create it. And you already have, by listening, by learning, by believing in your own power. So walk tall, speak with strength, and live with courage. You are dangerously confident, not because life is easy, but because you no longer need it to be. This is your new chapter, the one you write every day, with every choice, with every step. Keep going. The world needs your confidence, your strength, and your voice.